What's going on, everybody? This is Al from PlaybookGamer.com, and today we're going to look at the Rice Pro Style Playbook in College Football 25. This has a nice combination of a variety of formations, a variety of personnel groupings, a lot of good passing concepts, run concepts. That's what most pro style playbooks are. Just a variety of different things. However, it doesn't have a whole lot of RPO and options, so kind of keep that in mind. But it's just got some really fun stuff in it, a lot of cool empty formations as well. So we're going to cover all that. We're going to look at the formations, concepts, play types, and personnel. And hopefully by the end of the video, you have a good idea of what this playbook is all about. So let's start off with the formations. As you see here, we have a nice variety of different looks to throw at a defense. Shotgun, pistol, single back, some full house, even a little wildcat. The bulk of the playbook is shotgun. We'll cover that last. Let's start off with the pistol. Starting off, we got strong tight. This is a 22 personnel formation with 2 backs, 2 tight ends. Yes, 49 is an actual fullback, if anybody knows what one of those are. We got 9 plays there. Then we get into our first 12 personnel look. 1 back, 2 tight ends. It is deuce. Then we got wing, where you're moving that other tight end over to the other side. You got 15 plays there. So you got 3 pistol formations. When you go through here, you know, when it comes to a pro style offense, you just use a lot of different formations as much as you can, but you're still using the same favored concepts over and over again. So I would treat this no differently. Use this if you like to run inside zone. Here we got a little duo, which is pretty cool. If you use from Z spot, inside zone, it's got your basic run play action. Nothing too out of the ordinary, but we do got some pre-snap motion. I'm always like a favorite of those. Those are fun to point out. We got a Z motion series. There is that motion duo, the Z spot, and we got a drive concept, but it all starts with this particular run play right here. This game calls it a power play. I think it's more zone than anything else. It doesn't really matter. You don't see any pulling linemen, but they do double team defensive linemen, which is pretty cool. But there's not a lot of duo in this playbook, so kind of keep that in mind. But otherwise, you know, again, you got that drive concept, the Z spot, and other basic runs in this formation. When you go over the deuce, it's kind of the same thing. You got run play action, you know, 6 plays here, and you go to wing, you got a little bit more. You got some boots, some play actions. You've got a couple read options, and believe it or not, that's about as much read options you're going to find in this one. There's some in here, but not a lot. More play action. Just more run play action. That's normally what you do when you go from pistol or even the single back stuff. But here we got a little pre-snap motion with a PA Power O. Now, the normal Power O doesn't have any pre-snap motion. I kind of wish it did. I kind of like to see both because they would work a little bit better together, but that's okay. You got a wide receiver screen, halfback slam. There's that drive again, but without the pre-snap motion, and you got a curl combo. So again, typical pro style things from those 3 pistol formations. We do have a single back formation. This is a 13 personnel formation, wing pair. We've seen this in a previous playbook. We got stick. There's duo again. PA sprint halfback flat. Another drive concept, inside zone, play action, more play action, and even got a little RPO built in right there. So that's just another fun formation to really stress the defense, put all your bodies on one side of the field and really run in that direction. You can use this for 3rd and short, 4th and short, things of that nature. We do got a full house formation. This is another good situational formation. You got 9 plays here. I think it's the same 9 plays. Any playbook that has full house, they're going to have these same 9. I could be wrong. There may be 12 total in the game, but it's about what you would expect. You would use this basically to run the ball, to change things up a little bit, and you can run a little play action off of it if you need to. We do got some wildcat, and guess what? It's unbalanced. Like with most of these playbooks that have a wildcat formation, they're probably going to have this one, but you got 6 plays this time. You got your jet sweep. You got the reverse pass off of that. You even got a basic blast. And then we got the play action jet sweep. We got a true reverse, the DIYs. I have a hard time with those. I don't time it well. Then we got a blast weak if you just want to run basic without the pre-snap motion built into it. So again, pistol, single back, full house, wildcat. Now we can finally get into some shotgun. Starting off, wing slot, offset. This is a 12 personnel look, 1 back, 2 tight ends. You got 15 plays there. This is technically a 2x2 look. And so kind of keep that in mind as we go through here. The rest of these formations, they're either going to be 2x2 or 3x1. You got doubles, a Z close. This is an oddball formation. Not a lot of them have this particular formation. It's still basic 2x2 gun stuff. Nothing too out of the ordinary. But then you got basic doubles, 21 plays there. Kind of keep that in mind. Usually the one with the highest number of plays tends to be a good place to start for the most part, but we'll decide on that when we look at the concepts. We got Y off trips, 18 plays there, another 11 personnel set. Then we got Y trips week. Then we got Y trio offset week. Then we got wing trips week. Then we got basic spread. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 11 personnel formations from the gun alone, which is pretty typical for most of these playbook, regardless if it's considered pro style, multiple, pistol, what have you. But we do have some 10 personnel formations to look at. The true 4 wide looks. You got 15 plays from spread. Then we got Trey 4 wide receiver, just a trips look. Then when we get into our first empty formations, empty bunch wide. So pay attention to your tight end and halfback. Who are they? 0 and 14. So when you come over here to empty bunch wide, 0 and 14 is out there. So this is by default an 11 personnel formation. Then we got empty Trey. This is another 11 personnel formation. Most of the empty based formations are going to be 11 or the 11 personnel. Then we got 5 wide receiver Trey. One of the rare true 5 wide looks. Not many playbooks have them. There you go. You got 12 plays there. So normally what I like to do is look for the pre-snap motion, the mini schemes, kind of be good drive starters and such. So out of the gate, wing slot offset. We got a jet pass fake zone. We got a zone fake jet. We got a play action off of that. Then we got a halfback exit motion, not a swing, but an exit motion. I'm actually going to call that because it's mesh. They call it shallow cross. Technically, it is with a dig on top of it. But you got mesh, then you got the halfback going out wide right here. These are pretty fun to fool around with. Let's see if we can get decent. Let's go. Oh, I went to the wrong guy. We're still going to get some decent yards out of it. Either way, notice how slow that halfback moving is. I don't know if people like that or not, but it just takes them forever to kind of get over there and get set. And then you can finally snap it and do what you got to do over here. Going to get a wide open play here to this drag route. Really nice stuff. And again, just a fun little pre-snap motion to play around with. We keep on going through this formation. Do we got anything else in here? We do, yes, we got a play action slide, which that tight end motion. So you're going to see a lot of interesting play action slides and boots. And we're going to look at that in the play action section. But this is a good example of that, where you're just trying to give the ball to your tight end in the flat. Next up, we have double Z close. Do we got any pre-snap motion here? We got a jet sweep. It is a touch pass. What about doubles? We got another jet sweep series. We got the fake jet pass power. If you got a quarterback that can handle that, jet pass fake zone, and we got the verticals look on top of that. We got more jet sweep. We got the actual touch pass. We got the jet sweep play action on top of that. And we got the zone fake jet on top of that. So notice a lot of the pre-snap motion so far has been very jet sweep heavy, but with a few other things built into it. Now we got a Z motion halfback slip screen. I'm actually going to go ahead and call that. I like having little decoys like this. People get excited. Oh, what's that receiver doing? It ain't going to make a difference when the play's designed to go to the halfback. You know, I think that's pretty cool. That was a block in the back. I don't know if anybody noticed that or not. We don't have to worry about that. They didn't call the flag. Either way, I like little plays like that, having decoys with that pre-snap motion. Keep on going. What else do we got? We got another Z motion with a Z spot. You're going to see spot concept a lot in this playbook. I'll go ahead and tell you now. Y off trips. We have our first halfback swing pre-snap motions. We got a stick. We got the stick and nod. And we go back to a tight end motion with a PA motion slide. Again, you're going to see that word a lot in this playbook. It's pro style, so you should expect it. Motion Y screen. That's another halfback swing. Do we got anything else? There's another tight end motion. Y lead read option. Keep on going. Do we got anything else? What about Y trips week? Do we got any pre-snap motion here? We got some Z motion. We got another mesh concept. I love mesh. Works really good in this game. Y trio offset week. Do we have any here? We got more Z motion outside zone. See, this is a nice little decoy. I like using these. The box is pretty loaded, so this play may not work, but oh, that's going to work out all right. Gaping hole on the left side and the B gap. Really nice. Either way, it's fun to do that. Then you can throw in that mesh play a little bit after that. That's how those plays kind of work together. But we got more. We got a PA motion shot. There's that same Z motion. Guess what? Motion Z spot. Spot, slide. I mean, I'm here to tell you, there's going to be a ton of it in this playbook. Wing trips week. Do we got any pre-snap motion here? We do not. Now we get into the more spread looks. There's not going to be as much pre-snap motion. However, there will be at least a little bit. Spread does not have any tray 4 wide receiver. I'm pretty sure it doesn't. Last I checked it. Empty bunch wide, it doesn't. Empty tray, I don't think it does. However, 5 wide receiver tray, we got some things. So we got jet sweep. We got a motion halfback screen. That's just a very simple way to get the ball to your halfback with a backside slant. Then we got fake screen verts. We got a sluggo on top of that. So there is a nice variety of pre-snap motion throughout all this, and that is just a shotgun. We had some in the pistol and whatnot. I think it's just a really fun pro-style playbook to move a bunch of dudes around. But let's talk about the personnel groupings. We've already hinted at some of this. The bulk of the playbook is going to be 11 personnel, so you're probably going to start everything here. It still depends on your roster, though. You got to look, is your number 4 wide receiver better than your number 1 tight end? If so, then you may want to do more of the 4 wide looks. Well, we got 23 personnel as your goal line. You got your Wildcat. 32, you do got full house tight. And then you got to throw in the QB nil as well. 22 personnel. Again, this is a really odd, rare personnel grouping. There you go. You have it. 21 personnel is just your clock. 13 is that wing pair. 12 personnel is, you got a couple of these. You got wing, you got the wing slot offset, and you got deuce. And then we got some 10 personnel, your 4 wide looks, spread and tray 4 wide receiver. And then we got the rare, again, 5 wide receiver look with the 5 wide receiver tray. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We got what, 10 personnel groupings to play with. I personally enjoy those types of offenses. I just like to throw different looks at defenses, give them something different to think about while still keeping the same concepts. I mean, that just makes a lot of sense to me. Speaking of concepts, let's look here. So notice we don't have a huge amount of plays to work with, which is fine. You don't need 300 plus plays. This one probably has around 2 to 250. I'm not going to do the math either there, but either way, let's start off with the basic runs. We got, again, keep this in mind, this is a pro-style playbook. So I suggest with most pro-style playbooks, unless they just don't have enough of it, to be diverse with your run game. Notice we got 8 counters. We also have 9 power, and power and counter go well together. This is gap scheme stuff. But then let's look at the zone running. We got 6 draws. We got 13 inside zones. We got 5 outside zones. Sweep goes along with your power and counter for gap. And we got 3 reverses, but we just got a little bit of everything. A lot of other playbooks have a whole lot more of inside zone and some outside, maybe some draw to make up your zone running. But this one has almost 20 gap scheme runs to go with all that. So if I was you, I would do all of this stuff. If you like a diverse basic run game, this is a great playbook for you. And again, it even has some of this reverse stuff built into it. Let's look at the options. Notice the play count. Not a whole lot going on here. We got 2 RPO reads. We got 2 inverted veers. We got 2 load/speed options. We even have a midline read option. We got 12 reads, which is pretty normal in any playbook. I don't care what it is, read option. It just seems like it's a standard in every type of offense out there. Those are the 2 speeds we looked at. Only 4 peaks and only 2 alerts. This is not an option or an RPO playbook. It's got some in here, but just not a lot. If you're going to do more than anything, it's going to be basic option stuff. So let's look at the quicks. We got 3 Ohios. We got 3 Omahas. We got 9 slants, 2 spacings, and 7 stick. But notice we got 5 different things here to play around with. That's the whole point of pro style. Throw a bunch of different concepts out there, pick the ones you like, and run them out of different formations. You look at the medium pass plays. We got 6 mesh. I'm a big mesh fan. We got 5 shallow cross, so a drag and a dig going the opposite direction. We got 3 choice, pretty much any option route in a play, they're going to dump it here. We got only 4 curls. We got 8 double moves. But of course, this is a little bit of a variety here, just any type of double move, they kind of put it in this spot. We got 8 drives. So if you're going to have this much shallow cross, you're going to have probably that much drive. And we do. Drive has the dig and the drag going in the same direction. So all those go well together. So does levels. Levels gives you another drag to play with. Then you got 6 Salems. Then you got 3 slot crosses. And you have 21 smash. A wide variety here. Basic, hitch, flag, corner, flat. Just all kinds of high-low stuff to play around with. You got 9 spot. This is how you know you got a pro-style playbook in your hands. If you're going to see this much spot, this is classic triangle read stuff. I'm going to go ahead and call one. Let's see if I can make this look halfway decent. This is all designed to go to the spot route. But let's see, is he open? Oh, he's wide. I hit the wrong button. Dang it. Oh, man, that flag route was wide open. I hit the wrong button. Got to be careful with those. Either way, you got 9 of those, a whole lot of fun to play with. This is like old school air raid. This is more or less Y corner for the most part. And you got a Texas route to go with that. But notice all the variety here. We got a little bit of everything, which I like. Plenty of the drags and digs, too. All that stuff goes really well together. Then you throw in all that smash, all that spot. Again, just a nice collection of things. Only for 76 plays, though. It's very efficient for what it has. Deep pass. There's less of that, but we still got some things. It starts off with verticals. Normally with these playbooks, they put these in alphabetical order. Kind of, sort of, but it's starting off with verticals out of the gate. We got 12 of these, which is still kind of normal. We got 13 comebacks. This is going to be a very important concept for you in this playbook. I love comeback. It's great. We got 5 switch, so pretty much any type of run and shoot with the post wheel action, they're going to dump it here. We got a couple of daggers. We got 4 divides. Divides is great. This is old school, you know, like this deep attack right there. Gun spread deep attack. It's been around for the longest time. We got 1 double dig. We got a couple double post. We got 11 floods. This will be another important concept in your offense. A couple of meals. We got 6 Portlands. And we got 9 shot plays. Just pretty much play action over the top. Not always play action, but for the most part, it is. So we got plenty of deeps to work with. Let's look at the pass. So it says we got 11 pass plays, but it's actually a high number for this section. We got 4 boots, and we got 7 slides. So notice how important slide is. This will be an important concept in your offense as well. Having a backside tight end coming across, dumping it to him. So this is going to be a very tight end friendly offense, especially with some of those older formations we looked at with all those other tight ends built into it. It says we got 15 screen passes. It says we got 12 flanker screens and 3 mid screens. Notice we don't have a single bubble screen anywhere, which I find pretty interesting. But if you go over to play type, you go to pass, you go to screen pass, we got 25 true screens. Halfback screens, slip screens, wide receiver screens, old school screens, non-RPO based. The RPOs, notice we got 8 total RPOs, which is insanely low compared to like 90% of the playbooks in this game. You got a read, you got 5 peaks. I see a bubble, I see 1. Let's see, alert. No, we literally have 1 bubble concept in the entire playbook. So if you're a bubble guy, don't pick this playbook. There's not enough in there. Either way, so you got 8 of them there. So you're going to spend all your screen game on the old school stuff, which we just looked at. Let's go to the play action. So if you're going to run a pro style offense, you're going to do a lot of play action. At least that's what I would think of doing. Run, play action, and then throw all your drop back stuff in there with it. But we got 39 of these, which is actually a pretty high number for a playbook that's not very big. So again, you're going to prioritize this, pick the ones you like, whether it's the boots, the slides, what have you. Even if you're a big comeback guy, guess what? P8 tight end seam. There's that backside comeback built into it. But if you notice, we only got 3 standards. I normally don't talk about the standard stuff because all that is just under center. But you got to keep in mind all the versatility we have, like with the pistol formations and that single back pair. Not everything's going to be from the shotgun. But let's look at the runs in a different light. We got 26 inside handoffs. Then we got 9 outside handoffs. So the bulk of it's going to be between the tackles, but you can go to outside if needed. We got a couple pitches. That's another way to get the outside, but notice where these are coming from. Full house tie, you'll probably will hardly ever use that play. And then the other one's from goal line. So this is not a pitch-based attack. Counter, this is kind of big. 8 is a decent high number for this particular concept. So you're going to do all that counter, all that power. There's those draws we looked at. A fullback run, and we got some QB runs. And this is another thing I wanted to point out. Now, most of this is going to be Wildcat based. Notice the last couple there are Wildcat, but you do got gun, Y off trips, and then gun doubles. I'm going to hit this halfback direct snap. I don't know why they put it here. This is a halfback play, but they put it as a QB run, but it's not. So again, you kind of have to be mindful of how EA likes to label some of these things. But either way, there's a direct snap if you need it. Option, again, this is not an option playbook. It's a pro style playbook. It's got some option. It's got your basic reads and a little speed if you need it, but even has a couple like those inverted veers and stuff if you like them. But again, you do not pick this playbook because of this stuff right here. These are just basic add-ons. And that's even more so for these 8 total RPOs. Again, one of the lowest counts of RPOs of any playbook in the game. All right, that is it for this playbook. I think it's really cool. It's just a fun little pro style playbook that has its own little fun stuff added to it. It just depends on what you're looking for. If you need a pro style playbook that's got a lot of these 4 wide and empty formations, along with some oddball things like some stuff from pistol, single back pair, full house, wildcat. If you need to throw a bunch of different stuff at a defense without needing RPOs and options, then this is the playbook for you. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later.